So, willkommen zurück zu Bound by Flame, Folge 4. Wir sollten zurück zu den Ritualort, zur Halle, wo das Ritual stattfindet. Egal, wir sollten auf jeden Fall hierhin zurück und wir betreten jetzt mal den Raum.
Concentrate. We almost have it.
Well now, that must be the 5th time I heard him say that. This stupid ritual is taking too goddamn long. Oh, shit, here come the hobblers.
Are you going to be all right?
I'm fine. Worry about those dead walkers.
Are you hurt, Buffalo?
Das werden wir machen. Erstmal den mit dem Schild. Mit dem Schild sind echt ziemlich zäh die Gegner. Oh, erstmal Bogenschütze, wenn ich ihn gerade schon so wehrlos dastehen sehe. Und jetzt wieder den. Aua. Ah, genau. Passt, super.
The catalyzer shouldn't do that.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Stay away from my daughter. I shall not let thy weakness be our downfall.
Ja, wir haben jetzt die Feuermagie. Okay, wie bei normalen Bossen üblich, erstmal die kleinen kaputt hauen. Erstmal die Kleinen, erstmal die Kleinen. Oh, oh. Ha, so kann man auch ausweichen. So, den Bogenschützen. So, nein, 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 da lang, da lang. Nein, 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 der, nein, nein. Den da. Mach es kaputt. Okay. Dann gab es den Zauber. Den da, genau. Jetzt hau ich erstmal seine Beine kaputt. Weg da. Feuerball gibt's auch. Cool. Die Bogenschütze. Die sind mein größtes Problem erstmal. Oder die kleinen Skelette. Je nachdem. Ja genau, hau deine eigenen Typen um. Finde ich gut. So, jetzt gibt's eins aufs Händchen. Abhauen, abhauen, abhauen. Oh, jetzt sollte ich den Heiltrank zu mir nehmen. Boah. Oh. Erstmal heilen. Ha! Wie geil. So, jetzt seine Hand. Abhauen, abhauen, abhauen. Genau das dachte ich mir nämlich. Feuerball. Ja, das hat nichts gebracht. Ah, ich habe keine Pfeile mehr, verdammt. Und keine Magie mehr. Was habe ich eigentlich? Weg, weg. Weg, 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 weg. Ah, jetzt muss ich mich gerade echt konzentrieren, deswegen kann ich jetzt nicht so viel dazu sagen. Außer fuck. Wow. Alter, komm mal runter, Brauner. Jetzt. We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfuckers, burn.
I'm burning. How did I do that?
Captain, I think it's time we talked about a promotion.
We don't have time for this, Vulcan. We need to move out before the rest of them get here.
The passes are probably crawling with them already.
There's a passage to the other side of the mountain. It will lead us to the swamp.
The swamp? Oh, that sounds fun. Hey, did anybody see what I just did to that huge fucking monster? I mean, seriously, I fried that thing. I saved our asses, and you're all just, hey, what's for lunch?
I said shut it, Vulcan.
Der sieht böse aus. Aber schon allein bei der, woanders heißt das Level jetzt, schon allein jetzt bei der Szene, die habe ich auch mal auf Deutsch gesehen, da ist die englische Version um Welten besser. Und die soll schon angeblich nicht so gut sein, aber ich finde es gut.
Thou hast fled.
What the?
Thou didst hold the power to face the necromancers, yet thou didst flee.
I had no choice.
No choice. Hast thou even thought of choosing? Thou art fled like a thief, and thou hast left me, the shadow of myself, trapped here in this prison.
I did not create this situation. I'm not even sure I understand what has happened.
The hour for questions is past. Thou must act. It is I who will suffer for thy cowardice. I who will pay for thine fault. I who will face extinction. And if I must die, if the flame is extinguished, our world will die as well.
I will not let the flame die. I am in a war against these necromancers, and at last I have the power to fight them.
What dost thou hope to accomplish in this ridiculous human shell? As it is now, it is useless to us. The flame is not a toy for mewling infants. It exists to reign. Its power must not be stolen from thee. We must reconquer the world hard as swiftly as we may.
Hey, Vulcan, enough of your daydreaming. Move your ass, huh?
Buffalo.
Der Sumpf. Der Weg nach Valvenor.
Vulcan, you hear me? Pull your finger out.
Huh? Yeah, I hear you. My head feels like a bomb went off in it.
Well, shake it off. We're still not at the end of this stinking swamp, and I'm not going to carry you all the way to the village.
Anyway, how come Hawk isn't the one with me here? He's the lead scout. I always go with him.
Hawk is covering the back of the line, so this time, I'm the one who goes with you. You'll get over it.
Keeping watch on me, said Sergeant. Fine with me. Let's go.
Why do I get the feeling I'm under surveillance?
You think nobody noticed your little stunt at the temple? Damn right we're watching you. Now shut your trap and keep an eye on our perimeter, while I keep an eye on you.
And while the captain has a nice chat about me with the red scribes.
It'll be a lot easier to talk to those two-faced snakes without you hanging around. Don't worry about it. He'll tell you what you need to know. And if he doesn't tell you, then I will.
Thanks, Sarge.
Let's get moving before everybody catches up.
You lot are about as discreet as a herd of hunchbacks.
I thought that elves were supposed to have superior eyesight. Do we look like stiffs to you, dickhead?
Not yet. But with an arrow sticking out of your throat, I'm certain that even a chatterbox like you could do a passable impression.
And you'd be the next one down.
Possibly. Perhaps I should aim for the largest target first.
Not if you want to keep both your balls.
What have we here? Buffalo in person. Well, that's a good sign.
Ja, da kommen wir jetzt alle zusammen.
Who's the scrag with the pointy ears?
Thanks for noticing. I try to keep them sharp. I am called Relmar. And I gather the red-faced fat belly with the filthy beard is none other than the famous Elric, leader of the Freeborn Blades.
They call me the captain.
All the Freeborn Blades call you Captain Elric. I have no doubt that they do. As for me, I've never had much interest in titles or in military protocol. I judge people by their deeds.
Keep.
And what are you doing down in the swamps, besides threatening honest mercenaries?
Looking for you? Well, I began by searching for the Red Scribes. Prince Arundel is wounded. We had to withdraw to Valvanor, where I learned that you were expected. I just wanted to make sure you found your way there.
This is not my first walk in the wilds, arswipe. As you can see, I'm on the right path, and we've nearly reached our destination.
Captain, those creatures I told you about this morning are gathering nearby. They're probably getting ready to attack us.
Ah, well those are called chrysalids. They wait until they have gathered enough numbers, and then they overwhelm you. And it would seem your little group is attracting a whole swarm to the village.
Well, we'll give them a welcome.
Actually, in spite of themselves, these creatures do an excellent job of keeping dead walker scouts away without raising any suspicions. If we allow them to gather here and then massacre them, I fear we'll be moving their territory a bit too close to Valvanor, which will lead to our being discovered sooner or later. I suggest we send 1 or 2 men back. This will keep them separated and occupied while the rest make it to the village. I'm ready to volunteer, if you fear I might try and slip away. I know the area well.
Sounds like a plan to me. Vulcan, you're on it.
I want to go too. The animals and plants in this swamp are extraordinary. And the venom of these chrysalids seems very interesting. I'd love to get a chance to observe them more closely.
Sybil, that is out of the question. Have you lost your mind? It's too dangerous.
Nehme ich sie mit oder den Elfen? Ach. Nehme ich den Elfen mit.
This is brave of you, little girl, and I'm sure you fight well. But on this little walkabout, you better let somebody who knows the area lead the way. Hey, Relmar, if you feel up to facing a few bug-eyed freaks, let's get going.
By all means. Don't forget, I'm the one with the pointy ears.
All right, we'll see you in the village. No dicking around, Vulcan.
No dicking around, Captain.
Weil ich glaube, mit der Frau verirre ich mich. Pyromancer Skill Tree. Ah, cool, hier ist. Genau, und da möchte ich mich hauptsächlich drauf skillen. Was gibt's denn da? Fire Waves, Bender Wave. Aha. Also so ein Schutzzauber wäre schon ganz gut. Und den Feuerball verstärken. Genau.
Not this way. I'm not going back to that temple.
Rede ich mal mit den Elfen.
Relmar, you got a minute?
Yes?
Ja, so ein paar Fragen würde ich Ihnen schon auch gern stellen.
Questions I need to ask you.
Ich bin nur nicht vielen Elfen begegnet in dem Spiel. Kann er mir irgendwas da erzählen?
Elves are pretty rare. I haven't had the chance to talk to many. Can you tell me more about your people?
We are born in the trees, eat only seeds, and we spend all the livelong day singing.
Get the feeling you're fucking with me.
Perish the thought. Well, it's just that we aren't that different from you humans, despite what one hears. Our civilization is obviously a bit older, so we have had the time to learn from our mistakes. We don't really live in the same rhythm as you do. We move a little slower, and most of us are prone to having at least some respect for the past. This is the reason why we never destroy anything, that we prefer to build on top of things.
Ah, okay.
I've heard that you are immortal.
That joke has lived for 15 generations. I will never get tired of it. No, we're not immortal. We live long lives, though. Much longer than you. We are resistant to poisons, rotten food, and toxic body odor, apparently. Unfortunately, these things do not make us immortal.
Das stimmt.
Don't elves ever make war?
That's an impression we like to give other people. The fact is, we do go to war, just never against each other. You must understand that, given our long lifetimes, battles are fairly futile. This may well be what has motivated the choices of our king concerning the Ice Lords. But we certainly know how to fight, and you'll see proof of that soon enough.
Aber nicht mehr sicher.
So it's the prince who gives the orders.
The word orders may not be the best one. We do not submit nor obey easily. Our kings are a reference, wise men who can point out the way. They tend to guide us rather than give us orders. But to answer your question, it is his father the king who is the leader of our people.
Und wo kommst du eigentlich her?
You seem different from the other elves, I bet. Where are you from?
Really? I seem different. And yet I have such pointy ears. And if you really want to know, I actually come from one of the most ancient and noble houses that exists. I'm even linked to the royal family. But I can assure you that I'm sufficiently far down the line of succession to be in no danger of being crowned. And my reputation is no help either.
As far as bad reputations go, every mercenary has got one, so we're used to it.
Let's just say that I got into enough trouble to eventually be considered a traitor to my people. When I got involved in the war, I disagreed with decisions made by the king. He thought that this war, like so many others, would not last. That the conquests won by the Ice Lords would melt away like all the human victories before them had. But I thought differently. Right from the start of hostilities, I began to requisition certain resources I felt necessary for those doing the fighting. More food, more weapons, better armor. When my people discovered what I'd done, I was declared an outlaw, and many saw me as a thief. Which, in a manner of speaking, I guess I was.
You refused to obey the orders of your king, and you stole resources. No wonder they outlawed your ass.
Nonetheless, I was right. The Deadwalker army is a threat to us all, and not only the humans. If we had entered the war at the start, joining with the humans, we would have had a chance of defeating them. Today we might already be too late. The human armies were decimated, and Virtue is in ruins. So perhaps they consider me a traitor, but my conscience is clear. It is my people who should be ashamed.
Do you know these swamps?
I've been in this area long enough to have explored a fair amount of it, actually. The region is rather inhospitable, which I suppose is a good thing under the present circumstances.
A good thing? You're out of your mind.
These swamps are a labyrinth. The Deadwalker scouts will never be autonomous enough to find their way to the village by themselves.
That means we should be fairly safe for the moment. At least until a general or an Ice Lord comes to town.
Except that recently, there has been a change in these swamplands. And I must admit that I no longer feel safe at all.
What do you mean?
Something is affecting the swamplands, corrupting the vegetation and the animals. And I have no idea what it is.
Oh.
But anything that grows or lives here could become a threat. So I strongly recommend that you watch where you put your feet.
Also selbst der sichere
Change the subject.
Hafen, den wir hier haben, scheint nicht mehr lang sicher zu sein. Verdammt. Ja, das reicht erstmal. Oh. Kann ich die kicken? Nummer 1. Hinterhalt, verdammt. Und das Vieh. Okay, das sind also neuartige Gegner hier. Regeneriert sich mein Mana? Okay. Autsch. Aua. Okay, Nummer 2. Und der letzte. So. Und noch mehr. Komm, mach du auch mal was, 11. Level up. Juhu. Aua. Oha. Geht ja schon mal gut los. Kaum 2 Meter gegangen, schon ist der Elf einmal draufgegangen. Bei mir hat es auch nicht mehr viel gefehlt. Ja, mal sehen, wie es hier weitergeht in dem Sumpf. Hübsch ist es ja. Also, hier mache ich wieder einen Cut und wir sehen uns dann in der nächsten Folge bei Bound by Flame.